Good morning. Thank you again for joining us at Mimosas in the Morning with Holly and Leslie. Leslie, this
I'm
is
Holly.
And we just want to thank you again for coming. Today we're going to talk about the relief efforts that we have been doing with Military Home Base for Hurricane Michael, and I'm going to pass it over to Holly so she can give you a little more information on what we've been doing.
So on October 10th, on one of our local Tampa Bay military spouses page, a spouse named Jennifer had posted that she's from the Panhandle area. She hadn't heard from her parents, and she was just very discouraged. Like she needed help, and she asked for help. At that time, our boss, Iris Green, who's also a military spouse, reached out to her and was like, "Hey, how can I help you?" The next morning, on the 11th, we had a board meeting. And we all decided that we needed to do something because even though our company is not a charitable company, we are all military spouses. And when a disaster happens, we step up. We understand. We know how this goes. So you lean on each other. You lean on each other for support, for resources, information, everything. There was no way that we could turn our back away from Jennifer and anybody from the Panhandle area, because even when we move, our families are still in the area. And those people become our family.
And not only that, we have Tyndall Air Force Base that was hit, that's considered inhabitable at this point, and a lot of families are displaced out of there too.
Yes, and they're coming actually here to McDill Air Force Base. So within 12 hours, our boss had connected with eManage Mortgageman and also Fishhawk Storage Building here in Fishhawk, and asked if we could set up a distribution area. Fishhawk was wonderful. Storage building. They gave for us a month or however long we needed it, an area where people could bring and drop off items that were, Jennifer went to the Panama area and she was on the ground. So every time she reported to us what she needed, we were updating items that were needed at that moment. And then with eManage Mortgagement, so that we would have someone near the base area, they opened up their office as well.
And to throw out too, Jennifer's, I believe her father is a retired EMS professional out of that area. So we were able to actually get the supplies into the correct areas to the people who really needed it and what they needed.
And also, they were keeping us updated of where the distribution centers were open. They, when their self-service was working, they sent us pictures. So those are also on our Facebook page. We have sent out 3 trucks up to date, raised around $1,000, and for the relief. Our boss actually went this past week, and we will be updating that soon too. She was able to take pictures, and we had Hank. He's our videographer for our company. He also did was taking pictures. Going to create a video off of it so that we can share with you. The devastation is real. It is really there. It's sad. Homes are gone. People don't have nowhere to live. They're without everything.
And it's not over after a week, after 2 weeks. This is something that people in this area are going to struggle with for a long time. And we do have a commitment to them, which is one thing we're looking forward to. One thing else I want to throw out, that during this distribution time and the collection, we did have a military spouse on base at McDill who used their home to collect items for people. Yeah. And we also had Excellence First Insurance in Brandon, Florida, who was also great about opening up their location for that.
Yeah, I'd say it was humbling to be able to start off with 2, and then you had other people that reached out to see how they could help. We had spouses in the neighborhood that we all live in. When they would come by, they would ask how they could help, and then they volunteer hours so that we were not sitting the entire time. We were able to go get lunch, cool off, because it is very, very hot here in Tampa. Over 90-something
Until the day.
Until the day. I'm actually wearing a scarf. I don't know if you can see it. It's a scarf.
It's in the 70s. It's like
in the 70s. We're feeling the fall. People feeling it here. But in all seriousness, it's very devastating. It's very sad. It's a very humbling experience to see people come out, give gift cards for our drivers.
People with babies on their hips going, here, hold my baby and I'll load this. And we're like, of course not. We were there to do it. But the community has come forward. And it's not just because it's Florida and we kind of get it here.
Right.
But it's been the community, it's been the military families in the area, it's been everybody, and and like Holly said, it's very humbling, and it really is inspirational to all of us who try to figure out how is it that we can help in other areas in the future. You know, we don't want to stop here individually or even as a business as we move forward.
Right. So, no, our company is not a charitable organization company. Again, we are military spouses that get it. We understand how it is to be somewhere and to lose things.
You know, it was a few years ago, I say a few just because, but when I was my husband was stationed at Southcom, which is Miami, and we had 2 hurricanes come through pretty close, and that was Hurricane Katrina, which a lot of people don't realize hit South Florida, which brought in 12, 13 inches of rain to our area, and then we had Hurricane Wilma. I know for myself that we had a lot of roof damage and that kind of thing. I had a FEMA tarp on my roof for 9 months, waiting to just get somebody to come out and help. So there is a need, and like I said, the need doesn't end just because it's not on the news anymore, just because you don't hear about it every day. It's real.
So we're excited to announce that we can't announce everything yet, so it's going to come later, but that we're planning to pair up with 3 other large organizations. This information will go out either by Friday or maybe sooner.
As soon as we can.
Because we really want a good turnout. But 3 other organizations, they're going to help to try to make a difference within the Panhandle area.
And hopefully we will have a large truck that will be going into a designated drop-off location. So if you're in the area and you still would like to donate, reach out to us. Yes, and we will let you know when and where that will be happening.
Please PM us on our military home base page or one of us, Leslie or Holly. We will definitely get you to who you need to contact in order to get the items or whatever you're planning to donate.
Unfortunately, right now we can't tell you who those are just because of some logistical issues, but it will be happening, so please stay tuned
For that. And next week, I will not be here. Leslie is going to actually do live with, what is our biggest thing? Trying to work as a military spouse. And what do you find in entrepreneurship and owning your own business or starting your own business, right? So Leslie's going to be with one of our followers, Heather Brooks.
And she is fabulous. You see these beautiful cups,
Look at her.
our beautiful mimosa cups.
I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully we're not too dark. Look how cute this is. You know I like bling bling. This is bling bling.
Holly does like her bling.
Yeah.
But Heather Brooks, she is also the spouse of our CFO. She has her own business, and she has been amazing on getting some products to us. I'm going to be sitting down with her. She does have a business and talking about last-minute Halloween costumes because if you're like me and other busy parents,
And she's giving away a drawing. Somebody who watches this is going to get a free costume. Trust me, you want that costume.
Because Heather is fantastic.
Yes. I'm like, I want the costume myself.
Well,
you want to get a really big doll-sized butterfly. That's for sure. But anyway, so stay tuned for next week. Again, Leslie will be doing this along with Heather. And for us, stay tuned for our page because we're going to be announcing what we're going to do next week for the Panhandle area. And remember that Military Home Base is bringing you home one base at a time.
see you next week.
Thanks.